Hi everybody, Heidi here, your Yorkshire Crafter. How are you doing? I hope you're well, as I always do. Today's date is, oops, smashing. It is the 4th of December, Thursday, and it's 2 minutes past 1. It's absolutely belting it down, so Andy's gone to park with babies and let me do this. Otherwise, I was coming up later to do it anyway. This way I can get another one done as well. Right. We are carrying on with Tracy's 12 Days of Christmas. I think this is going out during that time. We'll see. If not, we've just done 12 Days of Christmas. So, have a look. Anyway, let's just crack straight on. This is Nina Classic Crest that I'm using today, because I'm using the base of a Nina Classic Crest. This is 5" by 5". This is an old design of my own. When I first started videos, it was a very early on video for me with a different brand. It could have been mixed brands, I don't know. But I'm coming in with Tracy's brand today. So I've got a mask. I don't know how big the mask is. I'll measure it. Hang on. Let me just get it in place. Now this card is not getting cut down anymore. So I'm just gonna put where I think I need it. Hey, that's not easy, is it? I should have cut it down after. To the left. To the right. Well, that's clever, isn't it? A bit more. Who would have thought this would have been the hardest bit? This is just a different way, I suppose, of using your card. That's okay. It's nearly essential. If needs be, I'll just clip a bit off that side. Right. Don't even know where my ruler is, to be fair. I have no idea. I don't know. Let me just have a rough guess on my measurer. I'm guessing it's around 4". It looks of it across. 4, 4.5, 5. Yeah, 4". Right, I'm just taking some. This will be Lagoon. I'll say I've got all my other inks out that I'm playing with lately, so it's been a bit of fun. It's been nice. I'm just putting not too light, but not too dark. I don't want an in-your-face circle. I thought there's no point me cutting another mask when I'm only going to do the same thing. That's better. I do want to be able to see it. Perfect. There we go. That's all we need for now. We are going to come back in with that. That's all we need for now. Nice inky mark left there, look. Now I could well end up just cutting that down now, because we are going to, this will go back on my wall. This will get used again and again. So this is my top, and it is going to annoy me because it's slightly off. I'm just going to cut a slither off down that side. In fact, where's mine? I'm not going to measure it because then I'll get all in my head about not being level. So let's just take a little bit off that side. Right, that'll match now. And I will just take a little bit off the bottom so that it fits the matte and layer, because I've already got the matte and layer done. That's perfect. Right, so stamp wise, oh, that's a lot better, is that? I am going to use, what am I going to use first? I've already stamped Christmas. which I'll cut out in a minute. In fact, let's cut that out because we're going to need that. I used that all the way through, so I knew where I was placing things. I'm just using some cheating dies so I get a good cut. I can't cut a straight line for toffee me, so this'll do. I'll do nicely. Just put that through the machine. That will do, even though I still didn't do its central look. I didn't think it was going to be. Right. So we are going to be putting the large deer. It's going to go in the middle here. So this Christmas is going to hide his feet, but also we can hide a lot of joins. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm going to take the big holly. This was my first time getting it out to play. Would you look at that? I didn't know where it were. So I want to stamp in. Now I've got a few colours out because I can't remember what I even did. I think I went in hang on. I could do with a piece of scrap. Just give me a piece of scrap off here. This will help me decide what colours I want to use. Right, I think I'm going to go Green Oasis. I don't think I did the first time round. In fact, looking at that, I know I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm going Spruce. We are going to add pencils to them anyway. Only a little bit, just more of a highlight than anything. So we know that he's going in the middle. I'll keep that there because I'll keep using bits of it stamping on. So I want to come... Now then, I've got a smaller piece than what I used, haven't I? So I'm going to take him right up to edge there. And I'm going to do the same the opposite way. Wrong colour again. Concentration. I'm going to take off just so that they don't overlap and it just become a mess. You're not going to notice once we've got it set up. Put that there. I knew I'd forgot the first step straight away, but it doesn't really matter. So this is, I'm using quite a few sets actually. This is T21, so I've used Christmas and I've used the big holly one. So what I should have done first is I'm going to use this little branch here from T27. And I am going to use Verdant. And what I'm going to do, right from the middle, I'm going to take it round. And I'm just going to offset stamp the little, the second generation, sorry. Perfect. Same this one. Now, what I'm going to do, I should have said, I'm following that line actually round. Last one. I touched where I shouldn't have done then. It's okay. Right, that's that one. It's amazing what little stamps you find within a set, isn't it? I mean, the sets are absolutely rammed, aren't they? So it's not like you don't have a choice. Right, put that one over there, that's done. Then I'm going to use, again, I'm just using them differently from what you would normally use them. TE3, I'm going to use the Lonely Fern, the one on its own. Now, thinking on that this is going to go across here, so whatever's underneath it isn't going to matter. So that's what we need to think about. Oh, I'm using Warm Breeze. I love this colour. And what I'm going to do, put there in first, down there in second. Put there in first. Second. I'm just wondering, because on my other one I've put in a different one as well, but I've cut the paper down a lot smaller. Let me just I'm gonna stamp it off. And I don't want anything up that side. So, stamping it off. And I'll just bring that down there then. So I don't really want them bits up there. There's another one. Right, where's the stamp that I don't know? Is it on there? Oh yeah, I'll come back to this one. We're going to use a little single berry on its own, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Before we do that, we'll do one last stamping, which is, this is T45, and I'm literally using the tip of that one. That's it. And that one I'm going to stamp in, oh, the blue that I only ever use for stamping back of my cards, you know, with my stamp on it. That's all I ever use it for. So, where's my bigger one? I am literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm stamping up 5 leaves, or whatever they are, because it could be a plant. And I just won't know that. I'm going to put that, see, I've changed it. Let's put that one down there, because I know that wants to go there. Same again. But facing the other way. And then just the top 3. There, that's fine. I'm just gonna give that a wipe off. And I'm just doing the top 3 again. Because I want it there somewhere. I can treat it as if it's behind, can't I? Let's do that. One there, and then the second there. That's fine. Same again. So we've got one coming out of there. And second up there. I think that looks really good. I think we've got it there. And while this ink is out, we will, where does this go? In this one. We are going to take little penguins and this verse here. This is T23. I tell you, we're having a great mixture, aren't we, today? That'll do. And all we're going to do now then, yes, that's the right way up. I'm going to stamp off and stamp. Stamp off and stamp. I think that's it. That'll do. For now, I think I want it there, I'm not sure. There's enough on there, that's fine. We could always go back in with a bit more. Right, colours done. It's not often I stamp, you know, with all different colours, and it feels really good to do it. Takes me back to when I first started stamping. Gosh, I've learnt so much since I started card making. So much. Right, I'm just going to chuck these. That one lives over there. Just going to push these to the side. Got some rake cleaning up to do, I have. So, pencil wise, I'm going to take my white and all the green ones. Now this is just for my benefit. I've done this so that I'm going to put some stickles on them ones. And when I come to it, hopefully I'll be able to see them properly. That's better. And the reason why I did it mainly, in fact, on my first one, I went over them in red then, but it just seemed a waste of time. But I didn't want the green in case the stickles didn't come through bright. So if I just do them on white, they should be absolutely fine. Right. So, the holly that is going through, I'm going to use peacock green and spring green. I think I'm just going to use them too. Or chartreuse, oh I don't know. This is my sharpener, which I will link below. I know a lot of people have been asking about it lately. I think I'm using that one on there actually. It's out for a reason anyway. So, spring green. We're not doing anything fancy. We're just giving it a little bit of colour so it gives it a bit more depth than what it's already got. Because at the moment it's just stamped flat. We're not doing any, what's it called? Where we do it at side. You know, shadowing. We're not doing any of that. It's a really simple one. I've done a lot of simple ones lately. And we're not trying to cover the stamping underneath. If that shows through, it's a bonus. Then with the darker one, you choose your own colours. It depends what colour you want. I'm just going to flick it up. And it just gives us, it just adds another dimension to it. Go back in with your top one. And go back down and you've got an even better blended look. I just don't want to spend ages on it. I think the stamping does a lot of it itself, doesn't it? So you don't have to do that much for this. But yeah, you do get a better look going back in with your top one again. But I'm lifting it off. I am literally flicking up the card. And then I'm just going to go back in with that top one. I mean, you can go back in with your white to highlight it all and everything. But I tell you, I'm more in a panic of, I don't know when to stop doing the festive ones. I'm getting ready to do one and I'm like, are they going to want it? Shall I carry on? What am I doing? Blah, de blah. But I have anyway. I still need a few. So if you look at the ones we've just put a bit of pencil to, it's only a little bit, but it's not as flat as these are. So it does make a big difference, a little bit of pencil. Gone right offline there, but you can't tell. I don't think it's one of them cards that really matters if you go off. I mean, it's not busy, but it's not, there's room for mistakes and what you won't be found out about. There we go. Obviously we're keeping the shape of the holly. And I'm trying not to disturb that line through the middle either, because I think it just adds to the stamp. There we go. There we go. I think that looks okay to me. So I've got like two-tone holly already. So then I'm going to move on to this one coming round here, which is also going to be green, but I'm going to use the chartreuse. And I'm still going to use the dark green that I just used. So I mean, the chartreuse is more or less the same colour as this, so it's even better. So I'm putting a little base down just at the top bit. Oh, I'll tell you what we haven't put down. We haven't put us berries down yet. I better put the berries down because I think I end up going over these. I just want that one single berry on its own. And I want strawberry. Oh. Strawberry, where are you? Well, I hadn't even used it, have I? Hang on. Sugar lane green. Let me just pick a different red, guys. I don't know where that's gone. Let's have... Right, let's go tulip red. No idea where the other one's gone. I've got that much stuff out. So I'm just doing the berry. And I'm taking off the stem. So I'm going to draw my own in. So we're having one up there. So there. We're going to have one down there. And we're going to have one, there's a space there, it'll go nice there. 3 that side. One up there. We'll go one there. And then one it'll have to go in there, in that little gap there. That's okay. Right, now we're done with stamping. Put that away before I lose it. Right, let's carry on. Before I go any further, I'm going to do the berries. I've got permanent red, and I just want the darkest red. Crimson Lake. So, where the white is where we're going to come up lighter. Again, we're not spending a lot of time on it. It doesn't actually need it. This red, what have I just used? Tulip red is actually easier to cover than the strawberry. So that's a bonus anyway. Everything happens for a reason. That's why I lost it. And I'm going to get my dark green. And I'm just going to draw me a stem in. It works, you'll see. Same again. Andy's just come back home, just heard him. Might as well do that while I've got them all out on. That's okay. I'm just going like that. And you don't want to do it too hard because you'll burnish it which then means that you can't go over and layer it up. I think that's why I never liked them when I first used them, because I went like that and then they wouldn't blend. That's perfect. It really is quick. See, look at the difference. I could leave them like that if I want, but look at the difference in them two. It's just adding bits of detail, isn't it? There we go. Not quite then. This is something I could just sit and do for hours and hours. Leave me alone in a room. Some pencils and something to colour in. I've even got actual colouring books, you know. Adult ones, not sweary wordy ones. Just adult pictures. No. Just pictures. Flowers. Animals. That kind of thing. You know what I mean? Get myself into trouble. I'm only on my own. Don't need any help, do I? There we go. Last one. Now I am going over that green to try and make that look behind, because we're going to put glossy accents on the berries, so it will actually be hidden behind the, let's say, the glossy accents. I don't want to put it on and try and not get any on the leaf, so it's better off this way. Right, I'm going to take my white. I mean, you can leave as is, but I like my white to look more, and I like that's like that. More of a glazed look. It really shines through the glossy accents then. I think sometimes the white can just be too obvious. I mean, it's not bad. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Turning into Tracy. I've just started a new white one and I can't find it, so I've gone back to my old one. Right, the red's done. We'll carry on with these leaves now. So we want the chartreuse and the dark green. Now, I'm not doing the second generation. So I'm just going to quickly put this down because I think I'd already done these bits. Yeah, I can feel it underneath. Ah, right, here we are. That's it. I'm not going to really bother with these ones under here. Now I'm going to come in with the dark, and all I'm going to do is flick it up. Do a lot of flicking when I'm colouring. It really does give a different look to them. And to me, it makes your second generation underneath stand out more then. Now the idea behind this is to keep a sharp point. Now I can see that that one stamps over that. Gone too far up there. It's okay. And where's then? I'll just put a little bit through there. So just last bit on this side, just come back in and it will blend that darker green down. I think it gives a gorgeous colour. I want that one to come out a bit more. That's better. Bit there. I'll leave them ones that we just did. If you look at the difference on the sides, that side and that side, so there's a huge difference just literally from a little bit of colour. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. Somebody stole my sneeze. What does that mean? Somebody steals your sneeze. I know you can't see this green, but like I always say, it needs to be there for you to do your layering. I'll leave them ones under there. We're nearly done. This isn't what I expected to be filming today. But I'm glad I have now. There we go. All I'm doing there is where it's touched the dark pencil, sometimes it picks it up. If we go like that, it takes it off. Doesn't always pick it up. White's terrible for picking it up when you use the white ones. Go. Now I'm just going to get the white again, and I'm just going to go down one side, and it just highlights a tiny bit. You might not think it needs it, but it definitely works. What I'm trying to do is go over that white line that's in it, and where there isn't one, I'm making one. And now we're just going to stamp our stag. There you go. There you go. That's all of it done. Don't brush with your hand, because you're like, if there's any loose pencil, you're likely to smudge it. I think that's it. I know what we're missing. Where's that? Hello. Oh, I'll tell you what. Because I've got this next to me, I'm just going to use this one, but I'm going to use it with the blue. I want second generation as well anyway. And I just want it up there, so we've got something inside the circle. Oh, I kind of like that. Right. Let's stamp the reindeer and just put the finishing touches on. So I am using my platform. Although, I'm not going to lie, I stamped it doing the dummy run, and it worked because I'd re-inked my stamp set, my ink pad. It was amazing. So I'm using TE52 and I'm using the big reindeer. Now then, he might be mucky, so I need to be careful how I put him down. So I want him there, but what I need is get my Christmas just to see what's going to be covered up. So I want his feet covered up. So I think that's going to be perfect there. I think maybe just... Right, I'm going there. Where's my lid? Yeah, even just wiped my lid before I came on and all. Because I couldn't see through it. Well, that's not a good start, is it? Right, black, Nocturne. I need to relabel them all. Leave that out in case I need two. Look at that when you re-ink it. It's amazing what a pad does, isn't it? I'm terrible. I let it go as dry as a bone. And I've got three, all three as dry as a bone. And then when it comes to re-inking, I use like nearly a full one in one go. That's how much it takes. You know, for all three pads. I'm not crazy. That's just perfect. Just look at that. Right, I'm going to give this a clean because we are going to need it again. So I'm just going to put it there while we do this next bit. I mean, it looks good without you putting your sentiment on, because he actually looks like he stood on the line. I'm just going to get this and take some of that print off, because it will definitely come off. Yeah. It's because I've stamped on top of the leaves where it's now become a resist. Right, the same brush, the same ink pad. I'm going to come around all the edges. We're not going dark, we're just going the same colour as what's in the circle, but I want it to just catch, so it gives you that dark edge. You don't need to put a lot on to get that dark edge. You see what I mean? It's just enough. I wasn't going to put this bit on, but it especially needs it across that bottom, because you've done all this here, and that just, see, I know there's this down. Oh look, we haven't coloured them in. Let's do that as well. Forgot the blue ones. The blue look lovely coloured in. They're quick though, real quick. So we've done what we need to do around edge. Put that away while I'm at it. And that's what the blue pencils are here for, see? I'll just do it right quick. Oh, I got stuck then. So I'm doing exactly the same thing. Oh, this is going to be one of those that I dropped. When I said other week I dropped a few. Oh, it's been awful. They've been broken all the way down. That's okay, it's still doing the job. You definitely don't want to leave these out, because it stands out that these are just flat then. Whereas if you just put this little bit on, it's all it takes. Look, there you go, it's broke. I bet it's broke all the way down. See what I can get out of it. That's a shame. I definitely know one of other colours. Well, two of them have broke as well, but I can't remember what colours they were. So I'm doing the same thing. A little bit of dark. Don't need a lot. I bet you were all shouting, what about the blue, didn't you? So you're not shouting loud enough anymore. Alright, I can hear you now. I have visions of you all shouting at me. You crazy. Right, I'm going to try and... I need to break that end. Well, let's just try it. So I'm just bringing that back in. Not doing the second generations. And that should do it. There you go. It weren't that bad, were it? I quite like the dark coming through these. Right, now we'll carry on. Where was we? Right. I am going to put the snow on. I'm using my bleedproof Martins. Looking for my brush and it's in water. Now what I did, this is the spray that I made myself. There's a live video on this. If I remember, I'll attach it to the description if I remember. So I'm just going to spray this next to it. That's all I need. And I'm just going to take a little bit of the mica spray and mix it with my white, and it makes my white mica. You know what I mean? Oh, there's too much in it now. That's what I want the stamp for. Put your stamp back over your deer if you don't want snow on him. The berries would have been nice in blue to go with this down here. That would have been lovely. So that snow's now got mica in it. It's different, isn't it? That was the first. I didn't know if it'd work. I just thought I'll give it a go. Now I'm going to lift my stamp back up. And I haven't got it on him, and I can just wipe the back of my stamp. Job done. Get me out. Put that away. It's odd being up here without the fur babies. It's nice. It is actually really nice. Right. Just get that off my hand. Give that a dry. Then I'm going to mount it before we put the last little bit on. I think that looks okay. So mount wise, now I've done it with a red mount on the other one, but I just thought the green really does set that off. I might be able to take a bit of that green off actually. Let me take that green down a little bit. So your card base is 5.5 by 5.5. That's perfect. That's perfect, is that? Because I can still see my base then, which is what I like to see. So glue this down. Which goes there. Or thereabouts. That looks okay. Just score that. Glue this down. I love it with the green. I think that's really festive. I did do it. I cut a light blue mat and it just didn't do it any justice whatsoever. Right. I now I'm going to use the Koh-i-Na Gioconda soft pastels, and I just want the white. And I'm literally just going to give him and highlight. That's not even a word. And I'll get my little ear thingy and blend that in. I'm not doing any highlight up there. I could put snow on it, but then it takes us longer into a video, doesn't it? Just keep playing till you think you're ready. Because I think he looks good there now. He's never going to be fully black, is he? So I kind of like that. There we go. Last bit. We are now going to stick the Christmas down. Oh, that's too thick. Oh, they're my really thick ones. Aha. There we go. Right, get it exactly where you want it. I know I've got a bit of extra black there, but it's okay. Put it exactly where you want it. I'm okay with that. And the last bit is I'm going to get the red stickles. These are going to have glossy accents on, which I'll show you one of them done. But, oh, I can't do it that far up. Now this is why I want to do them white, so they didn't get lost in the greenery. There. I am going to put it there. I think, is that it? Let me have a scratch my eye and have a closer look. That looks like all the berries. And then the glossy accent, I'll do it right quick. I'm just going to put over them, and then you just got to wait for them to dry. My glossy accent's really old. I don't even know if it's working. Soon find out. I've got loads of the crackle one. There we go. There we go. So I'll show you this, and I'll move it out of the way because I'll end up touching them together. So that's the one we've just done. I hope you like it. It's just a little different. You've got a little bit of proper colour going through it now. And this is the one I did with the red mat. And now my glossy accents are nearly where they should be now, nearly set. You see what I mean about that white, the way it shows through now? It's a brilliant look to it. But there you go, all good. I hope you like it. I'm going to leave them there actually while I go back downstairs now. And I'll catch you on the next one. I love you guys. Bye.